Hello and welcome to Grand Slam Nitro, and oh boy, it's Annihilator Eve. Yes, next week 6 robots are going to be battling it out for a place in our hearts as the Annihilator champions. But before all of that, we've got plenty more action in tonight's fight card. Let's take a look at what's to come. Coming up, the World Championship qualifiers as Gravity takes on Orbi 360 for a spot in that special. Then the Micro Madness continues as Kitty Pryde, Chip, Bluebird and Taser all battle it out. We have the last of our 6 Mayhems as Boy Racer, Tauron III and Stinger all battle it out, followed by a challenge belt round that's starting to look like a construction site, Bulldozer against Behemoth. Finally, our main event is the US Championships as Son of Waiachi takes on Tombstone, Hypershock and Tantrum. You won't want to miss it. Book your flights, we're going global in another international qualifier. Two more international kings enter the arena. Only one can make it through to the international special at the end of the series. Who will it be though? Let's find out.
Representing South Korea, Orbi 360.
The latest in a long line of very cool looking robots from the Orbi team. Orbi 360 is a 360-degree body spinner. It does ricochet easily, however.
Representing the Netherlands, Gravity.
We've seen Gravity before in Robot Wars and in the Grand Slam as well, but they make their return. This very powerful flipper does have exposed wheels. Could be something to watch out for.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Here we go then, Orbi 360, a very unique design, not something we see very often in the Grand Slam, flipped early by Gravity, a design we do see quite frequently, to be perfectly honest. That wedge-shaped flipper, very common amongst the British live scene robots, and Gravity, I think, is one of the staple bots to have brought it into the sport. This 360-degree spinner though, one tooth on it, they've managed to balance it very nicely. It spins, it doesn't shake about as you'd expect. Very nicely done, flipped once more, but they got in some good licks themselves. You can see that direction controller on the top shows the driver of Orbi 360 where they need to go. A good hit from them on Gravity. It goes sailing into the corner, and another one across the arena there. Getting spun back up to full speed is Orbi 360, just negating Gravity's wedge. You'd often see the wedge be the dominant feature over the flipper, but not this time, no. Orbi 360 doing very nicely indeed, staying on their wheels. Now flipped, that was a big one. A very big one indeed, having to turn themselves over that. Direction control also doubles as a Shremek, however, a very clever design, and it's the sort of thing you expect to see from the Orbi team, I'll be honest. They're a very good bunch of designers. The drum is spinning its little heart out, while Orbi 360 gets back up to speed, and that was a massive hit on Gravity, who goes sailing into the bottom outer wall. Now hit once again. Orbi 360, I think, is definitely on top for damage control and aggression. It doesn't matter, they're out of the arena. Gravity, with one single flip, sends them flying, and they do a 360 out of the arena. Well done, Gravity, they're through. Spinning, but not winning. Orbi 360, thrown 360 degrees out of the arena, and they are out of the competition. Gravity will indeed move on. Now it's time for some Micro Madness action. It's been so long since I've seen their little faces. So cute. These tiny terrors are ready to tear each other limb from limb, or bot part from bot part, I suppose. Let's meet our mini mobile maulers.
From Dover, Bluebird.
Inspired by Beta and Terahertz, the Team Hertz bots of course, this Axe bot is very powerful, but it does tend to throw itself over with said power.
From London, Kitty Pryde.
The middleweight counterpart to Shadowcat makes its return to the Grand Slam arena. We last saw them in the Fightmas specials a few years back. Their small design could be a help or a hindrance.
From Lincoln, Chip.
Mines with vinegar, please. This all-metal design is a bar spinner angled to get down low. It's heavily armoured, no Shremek, and I hate vinegar.
From Chichester, Taser.
A two-pronged pusher. This machine is designed to get underneath opponents just where they don't want them to and push them into the wall. It has many breakable parts though.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And we're off for another battle, and Bluebird comes in with an axe hit over the top of Kitty Pryde. Reasonably well armoured, that machine. Chip, you can see, just sort of naggling away at Taser at the bottom there. That spinner, I wonder how effective it is. That hammer, however, is very powerful. You can tell by the way that Bluebird just sort of chucks itself over. It's the main part of the robot. It weighs almost half of the weight of the robot, that axe, or so we're told. Chip now pushing, but Taser pushing back, designed for that, of course. Chip can't really get a good hit on Taser. Is still spinning up, and there was a nice little one. Nice little chip at the side, I suppose you could say. I think that's probably why the robot is named that, in fact. Kitty Pryde circling round Bluebird, who flips itself over. That wedge design very low to the ground, but the floor flipper getting underneath it, of course. It can't really defend against that. Kitty Pryde, a very good sort of defensive machine as well. We've seen them previously. I think they went out of the arena. I forget. My memory is not what it was, and what it was bad. So do forgive me. Taser pushing Kitty Pryde all around. Bluebird swinging back that hammer back and forth on the top of Chip. That all-metal system there with the big spike sticking out the back to stop them getting pinned there. Won't really help them if they do end up on their top. They don't have a way of self-righting by the looks of things. Mind you, do any of these robots, we're seeing Taser upside down there. I'm not sure they have a way back down. I think they're out of it. Taser, no life in them, they're gone. And it's Bluebird who brings down the hits. Once again, I've no idea who took Taser out. I missed that completely. All of a sudden they're upside down, and that's on me. That is my fault. I am sorry for that. Chip pushing around, but being pushed again by Kitty Pryde, who tries to get a lift in with that lifting mechanism to no avail. Just sort of sitting there, and I think it might have come off. Yep, that lifter is gone. There is no lifter left on the robot. I'm getting Grand Slam Contest of Champion flashbacks. Shadowcat's front wedge just being peeled off. Chip building up some very nice little damage points. That weapon is very powerful and will be cutting away at these middleweight machines. Bluebird as well has shown a lot of aggression so far. Chip now with a couple of hits. A big push, and it's gone to bits! Bluebird has fallen to pieces. Well, those bites must have been adding up in some way, shape or form. Chip must have been taking chunks out of it, and we just couldn't see at this small scale. Now coming in for a massive hit! Good grief, where did that come from? Chip, with a big hit from that spinner, sends Kitty Pryde flying, bounces off of the Lexan wall and out of the arena. And it's Chip who will go through. Impressive stuff from this middleweight machine. Well done to the team. They will be buzzing about that one, I'm sure. Chip, that was a full-on slice. They go through to the Micro Madness final. Well done to the team. Who'll be thrilled with that performance, I'm absolutely positive. But now, hold back your emotions. I think I've got a tear coming into my eye. It's time for the final mayhem of the series. So far, 5 robots have made their way into the Annihilator coming next episode. One more will join them, but who will it be?
From Turvey, Tauron III.
All change for the chassis of Tauron. They've completely rebuilt since Grand Slam Series 2, this new version. Much slimmer and streamlined. Even the spinner stack is different.
From Burton-on-Trent, Stinger.
We've seen Stinger pop up a few times in live streams and specials before, but this is the first time they've appeared in the Grand Slam proper. They claim they are indestructible, but very hard to control.
From Aintree, Boy Racer.
No speeding, please. Boy Racer completely rebuilt as well. They've got improvements across the board, or so say the team, but their exposed wheels could be something to watch out for.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Tauron very quick up to speed, as is Stinger spinning around. like a whirling dervish. Expect chaos and carnage when Stinger is in the arena. One of the big hitters from RWA Rebirth. And can they produce the same effect in the Grand Slam? We shall have to wait and see in this battle. So far, it would appear not. Boy Racer gets that front hinge flipper underneath Tauron, but can't really flip them over. Is this some teething problems from the new look weapon? Well, they've just bounced off the front wedge, so that's definitely improved. Spinners would have flown through that front wedge in seasons past. A massive hit there from Stinger, who came out of nowhere, I'll be honest, and has gone back to nowhere, spinning off across the arena. Stinger, what are you doing? Apparently, whatever you're doing is working to some degree, and maybe it is your best that you are doing. We shall have to just see how this plays out. I'm guessing caught on the floor flipper though, jumping over the top of Boy Racer. This is already a very entertaining battle from Stinger and the other two machines in the arena. Tauron getting back up to speed, coming in for a hit on the back of Boy Racer, who isn't really doing anything to combat this, to stop them in any way, shape or form. Stinger now comes in for a big hit. There goes the back spoiler, and that helps with some self-righting. They will want to watch out for hits like that. That's some big damage points that Stinger has just clocked up. Tauron with the assist, of course, and that was a big hit from them. Stinger comes in for a double hit off of both Tauron and Boy Racer, now bouncing off the drum, of course, and now going in for another hit against the opponents. That's probably wise. Not the arena hazards, please, Stinger. Otherwise, we will be taking it out of your paycheck. Yes, that will be some lovely money. Probably won't come out of yours, though. Probably come out of mine, knowing this production company. Now, can they get any purchase? Boy Racer on Tauron, trying to flip once again against an arena wall. They're trying to, but no. Just sort of pushing them out of the way, getting underneath them and getting away once again. Boy Racer now coming in for an attack once again on Tauron and vice versa. Tauron getting the hits in on the side, but just sort of deflected up. They can spin that spinner either way up, so it doesn't matter which way up the machine is. They can always get those hits in. And you can see it there. Stinger, meanwhile, can get hits in however and whenever it feels. Now coming back into the fight, having just been away. Big hit there on Tauron. We saw an overhead mace attack on Boy Racer and another one from Stinger. Really getting involved in the action now. Boy Racer pushing them, trying to get them pivoted. No, away again. Tauron now coming for a look at Stinger. Stinger just swipes them away. Those side hits will really do some damage. We've seen it previously. That spoiler, of course, taken off. Tauron coming in for another hit. Can Stinger do anything more to the other two machines? All three still in this. It's been a very good fight so far. Another big hit from Stinger, who hits the drum again. Please leave it alone, Stinger. Please. There is Cease. Stinger got one final hit in at the end of the fight. Will that leave an impression on the judges? We'll have to wait and see. Well, this is going to be a tough judges' decision. All three played an important role within the match. We saw great control from Boy Racer, some great aggression from Stinger, certainly some damage. Tauron also in the battle did some good aggression and damage, perhaps Stinger taking off those parts of Boy Racer. Control you can't really give to Stinger. They aren't overly controlled, and they never have been, but perhaps that's their own way of saying, this is us getting hits in. Perhaps that is the control point. Perhaps we've been looking at Stinger all wrong all along. Tauron coming in for some more hits. This is going to be a very tight one. Well, it's gone to a judge's decision, based on, of course, damage, control and aggression. And Stinger has gone full Berserker mode and won out. They make it into next week's Annihilator. We'll see them alongside all of the other competitors who have made it through to the Annihilator. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh boy, there's going to be carnage. Now though, it's time for another challenger to take on the challenge belt holders Behemoth. Here's what we've seen so far. Behemoth defeated Tornado to claim the challenge belt in episode 2 of Grand Slam Nitro. They then went on to face Feral a few episodes ago, a vertical spinner, but did no effect to Behemoth. Another out of the arena sees Behemoth still retaining that challenge belt. Can anybody else take it off of them? We will have to see as another challenger approaches. Grab your clipboards, put on your hard hats, and get down to this building site. We're about to introduce 2 construction robots.
From Milton Keynes, Bulldozer.
This veteran of the Grand Slam returns to take on the challenge belt holders. They're fully invertible, but their weapon arm is very breakable, as we've seen previously.
From Hemel Hempstead, Behemoth.
The challenge belt holders, the bucket scoop, the awesome push and shove, and years of experience. And luck has been on their side so far. Perhaps not a weakness anymore.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Here we go then, the two buckets, one upturned, one right way up, or is it the wrong way up? Who knows? Who's to say what a bucket should look like? Not I. Behemoth being lifted by Bulldozer, ready for bucket and spade. Yep, the two mini bots, of course, coming underneath, and Behemoth now high centered, but sort of, I think I can only describe that as pooing them out. Really is just putting them round the back end and getting rid, and they're upturned now. Bucket and spade will have no effect. Behemoth don't want mini-bots to be a problem in this fight. They've had previous with mini-bots, nuts in Robot Wars, to name but one time that they ended up going out to the luck of a mini-bot. Behemoth, however, being pushed by Bulldozer into the bottom out of the arena zone. Now, can they escape? Bulldozer really pushing and shoving. Quite a cagey match this, or is it just a slower pace because these two machines are more tactical with their lifts and their flips? Behemoth turning Bulldozer over, and now the bucket is either the right way up or the same way up as Behemoth, and will this help to benefit them? They're still managing to get underneath the sides of Behemoth, who's upturned on their sides but can get down from there. I think bucket or spade, I mixed them up, I don't know who's who, got in the way there, meant they couldn't get out of the arena. A good flip from Behemoth and a sort of suplex there from them. That was very nice to see. Good control from Behemoth so far. Bulldozer has shown good control also, being lifted up and against that arena wall, just being lifted into the air like a trophy by Behemoth. The fight's not won yet, and you do have to show that you can win this battle. Pushing Bulldozer into the sidewall now is Behemoth. There goes the weapon off of the robot and out of the arena it goes. Well, it was only a matter of time. As soon as that weapon went, there was nothing they could do from there. And Behemoth has retained the challenge belt for another battle. Well done. Well, Behemoth dumps another robot out of the arena and they retain the challenge belt. Can they do so for the rest of the series, though? We will have to wait and see. For now, though, it is time for our main event. And it's time for a clash of the spinners. Yes, this battle is for the bragging rights of the ultimate king of kinetic energy. And who better to be in it than the self-proclaimed king himself? Four All-American bots, all of them big kinetic energy spinners. Who is the greatest of them all? Well, we're about to find out in tonight's main event.
From Miami, Florida, Hypershock.
The four-wheel drive vertical spinner meta is here in Hypershock. Its speed and paint job are its strengths, its previous unreliability a big weakness.
From Dorchester, Wisconsin, Son of Waiachi.
One of the biggest names in BattleBots history, Son of Waiachi, the helicopter-style spinner, brings the added bonus of 360 degrees of attack. However, no tree mech.
From Mountain View, California, Tantrum.
He's an angry little fella, isn't he? This pocket-sized puncher is ready, compact and agile. However, the team worries that they might pull their punches.
From Placerville, California, Tombstone.
All hail the king of kinetic energy, or so says the team captain Ray Billings. This bar spinner is a BattleBots champion. Driving tactics of their strength. Its weakness is itself.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And we're off for our main event, and the two big spinners get spun up. People have been asking for Tombstone versus Son of Waiachi for years, and we're getting it in some capacity in this fight. Hypershock getting spun up to speed and shooting Son of Waiachi across the arena. They struggle with pinballing, as we call it, bouncing off of the arena walls and all around. They need to get up to some speed, and they need space for that, but with a spinner that big, they may find that they struggle in this arena, because there's hazards all around, and four more robots coming at them, three more robots even. This is a four-way battle. They are one of the four. I'm getting confused already. This is not a good start. Tantrum pushing Tombstone. This is a little bit of a rematch as well. These two have fought in BattleBots Season 3, where one of those fists got ejected into an arena pillar. And yeah, that was a prize won by Tombstone in that fight. Son of Waiachi now spinning around and hitting the wheels of Tombstone. They don't usually let them get all exposed like that. Spinning up once again, both bots, and there goes the spinner of Son of Waiachi. Comes clean off. You can see it just bounce off across the arena. And Tombstone has caused massive damage in this fight. And that is the power of the king. Tombstone, good grief. Calm down, lad, calm down. Hypershock now comes in for a massive hit on what remains of Son of Waiachi. Still mobile is that chassis, or is it? It seems to be still in place as Hypershock left it for dead. Tantrum coming in for more hits on those wheels. Tombstone isn't quite sure in this arena, I feel, though that was another big hit. Tantrum managing to just get around the sides of Tombstone. It's not something that happens usually in the battle box, but in this arena, with all the arena hazards all around, they don't quite know what to make of it. There's a bit more of a driving challenge here to be had. Hypershock now recoiling from a big hit from Tombstone and another. Getting spun immediately back up to speed though. This is the awesome strength of Tombstone. Tantrum now coming in for a look at the side of Hypershock. A good push from them. Hypershock repaying the favour, sends them across the arena, spinning all around. Tantrum getting spun up to try and get a punch in. They go weapon to weapon. You see the sparks. Tombstone, meanwhile, staying out of it, waiting to see what happens. Coming in for a hit on the side of Tantrum, sends them deflecting, but Tantrum seem to be holding up for now. Tombstone wailing down the hits on Tantrum. This is big damage building up in Tombstone's favour. Hypershock now pushing. Tantrum held them in place. Tombstone being shot across the arena now by Hypershock. Hypershock really are doing quite well in this fight. They are holding together reasonably well. Bouncing across the arena is Tombstone off of that front wedge of Hypershock, who now pushes them into the bottom wall. Hypershock though leaving their rear exposed. Tombstone gets a hit in. There seems to be little life left in them. Coming in for another hit, and a piece goes flying off of Tantrum. That is some big damage to them, and there goes a fist once again. Good grief. Tombstone wants a fist collection, I think. There it goes, sent God knows where. Tombstone spin. They're celebrating. That's because the match is over. And that is going to the judges. Can Hypershock move? Kind of. Will they be involved in the judges' decision? I'm not sure. That's down to the judges, I think. Well, I'm getting word from the judges. They are considering Hypershock in this decision. And this could prove another tight one tonight. Another tight judges' decision. Tombstone got lots of damage in. Hypershock has a KO to its name, however. They got rid of Son of Waiachi's chassis. Tombstone merely took off the weaponry. Tombstone did, however, get some very good hits in on Hypershock, on Tantrum, and of course on Son of Waiachi. Meanwhile, Hypershock and Tantrum both had a little spat in the middle of this fight. Hypershock managed to get some good hits on Tombstone earlier on. Perhaps that will go in Hypershock's favour. I'm not so sure. This is all one-way traffic. Let's hear the result. Well, the judge's decision is in. They've given it to Tombstone. Yes, Tombstone are the undisputed kings of Kinetic Energy. They're through to the US Championship final at the end of the series. Well done, and we shall see them later on. It is the end of the episode, and so I would like to thank you for watching. Please, if you enjoyed it, like and do subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment, what was your favourite battle? And we shall see you again next week for more Grand Slam Nitro as we enter the Annihilator!